Death Spiral, the only anime podcast that has never needed to have an ending explained.
Not once, not ever. I get it right the first time. Books, movies, comics, whatever. I only read it once. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it.
I got it.
Nothing else needs to be said. Moving on.
I finish the movie and I don't go to YouTube. In fact, I just sit there and I think about it and I go, I've drawn my conclusion. I got it now. I know what they were trying to say.
You know, it's a rare quality that isn't, it's hard to find in a lot of people's media consumption habits these days.
Well, you know, Nate, the media literacy, Nate. Media literacy.
Oh, yeah, the media literacy is so low.
The media
Remy.
Literacy.
They're saying it all over
gone.
the news. And hey,
we don't have
the
media literacy.
They're saying it on the foreign news about us, that we got the low media literacy. Can you believe that?
Ah, shit. You know, they say every 20 seconds another species goes extinct, and every 30 seconds somebody needs to have an ending explained. And that's the death of media literacy. It's gone. We don't have the media literacy anymore.
People should not discuss what they think about the endings of things. That's a personal conversation that you have between yourself and maybe God.
That's you, God, and your wife, and that's it.
And your wife's lover.
He's bought you a Switch. And I know the endings of all the Switch games I've played. I don't need them explained to me. At the end of Zelda, I know what happened. He saved Zelda.
Yeah, no. At the end of Mario, hey, he saved the princess. She was in another castle a couple times, but
yeah,
you know, eventually she is in a final castle. She's in a last one, and that's the end of the game.
Speaking of getting cucked, yeah, did you play the last Mario game?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, well, it's wild.
I'm not 12.
Hey, there are adult themes in these Mario games. For example, Mario cucks Bowser in the most recent Mario Odyssey game.
What?
Yeah,
you can't just say stuff on the radio, Remy. You can't just put that out there on the airwaves.
I can, because unlike everybody else on the planet, apparently, I have the media literacy. It has not yet died within me, so I know what happened at the end of Mario Odyssey.
Who's Bowser's wife? I didn't know Bowser was married. I thought that was
Peach. The whole game is about him getting married to Peach. Like, most of the game, he's in a tuxedo and she's in a wedding dress, and they are about to get married. And then right at the end, Mario comes in. He's like, I got my tuxedo. I'm taking Princess Peach with me, and we're gonna get married.
Wait, is she marrying him willingly? Is she kidnapped? Because that was the plot of the Mario movie. Are you sure you're not thinking of the Mario movie? The movie about the Mario brothers?
I did not see the most recent Mario movie, but I am sure that I would not have to have that ending explained to me. I would immediately get it.
Well, you see, what happens at the end is Jack Black, who's playing Bowser, but I'm just going to call him Jack Black. He wants to marry Anya Taylor-Joy, and he kidnaps her to do this. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you can't actually kidnap someone and force them to marry you. If you do, it doesn't count. Like, that's a law or something, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it does not count if you do it that way. You have to trick them into doing it, like, willingly.
Well, what about the shotgun weddings? You know, it's a nice day for a white wedding.
A shotgun wedding?
It's a nice day for one, I've been told.
Well, you know, if there's an illicit pregnancy in the mix, that changes the rules. But
you know what? I also want to say, I want to say also, I don't need songs explained. I get them the first time.
Hey, lyrics genius, you're not that smart, because I already figured that shit out.
I listened to the words and I know what they said, and I understand. I understand it, what they said in the song. I understand it.
You see, like, they talked, they used words, and they said something, and then I understood what those words were. Like, I got it. Nothing else is required.
When he said, we didn't start the fire, I know who started the fire. I understand what he was implying. I understood it the first time. I did not need to watch a YouTube video about it.
Oh man, I hope nobody ever translates "We Didn't Start the Fire" into Japanese, because you know it's going to show up as the main reference point in Death Stranding 3.
They have. At this point, every single possible like version of that song, every parody version, every interpretation has already been done.
Mm-hmm.
Because it sucks, and those versions also suck. It's bad.
It would comprise.
Am I crazy, or did Fall Out Boy just put one out?
If by just put one out, do you mean like 6 years ago?
Was that 6 years ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh fuck, that sucks so bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that their version was pre-COVID, because they don't talk about COVID in it.
Which you would have to do. Impossible not to.
It would replace the chorus. The song will be called "We Didn't Start the COVID."
We didn't start the COVID. It was all the COVID that's the world been turning.
Oh man, what do you think some of the reference points in Fallout Boy's "We Didn't Start the Fire" are?
Hold on.
I'm pulling up the lyrics
Siri.
right now.
Siri, get me Fall Out Boy, We Didn't Start the Fire. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is wild. Harry Potter, Twilight, nuclear accident, Fukushima, Japan. Really had to spell that one out. Cambridge Analytica. People don't talk about that one anymore.
Yeah, you left out the rhyme, Crimean Peninsula.
Crimean,
excuse me.
You've never heard that word out loud. Oh, good. They shouted out the Cubs win.
Yeah,
That's great.
Obama,
That's great.
Spielberg, explosion, Lebanon. That's a line in the song.
You know, the Unabomber and Obama are fairly spread apart events. Why is the time frame so wide?
It seems that they're covering all of the decades that Billy Joel left out since he released, part 1. So this is covering the 90s as well. Yeah.
But Obama was 2008. Remember?
Oh God. They shout out Blink 182 in the song. That's weird, right?
Sandy Hook and Columbine. Just throwing those in there. Shinzo Abe blown away. There's our boy. They put Metroid in here. I hate these guys. I fucking hate them.
Oh, okay.
I hate them so much.
All right.
Elon Musk.
I gotta
is
take
in
it
the
back.
song.
You were right. This was only a couple years ago. This song came out in 2023. It was not 6 years ago.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. You tried to gaslight me.
Well, it's weird that they don't talk about COVID then.
It is weird that maybe they just were like, it's too soon.
too soon, bro.
They do say World Trade Second Plane. I'm seeing that in the lyrics to the song.
What else do I have to say?
Hey, World Trade Second Plane. What else do I have to say? This version really sucks.
Yeah, it's awful. It's really bad.
This is awful.
Did people make fun of Billy Joel when We Didn't Start the Fire came out? I feel like
no. I think they loved him.
Really, he was a beloved figure.
I think Billy Joel was universally beloved.
I mean, they did let him voice a dog in a Disney movie. You don't get much higher praise than that.
Man, did you see that? Not to immediately stray so fucking far afield, but did you see that Billy Joel Bill Maher thing?
No. I try and generally avoid anything that involves Bill Maher.
Man, he did an interview with Bill Maher like pretty recently. I would say within the last few days, I think is when I saw it. And within it, Bill Maher explains a song he apparently almost wrote, which I think is one of the funniest things you could do. I almost wrote this song, Billy Joel. What do you think of this song?
That's such a fucking
wrote?
Bill Maher move too. That's so fucking Bill
funny.
Maher.
It's so funny to tell somebody I almost wrote a song. That's like I thought about a poem once. Oh, what are you talking about? But his poem was essentially about how you can't say stuff anymore, which has been his shtick for like 20 years now. And one of the things he said you can't talk about anymore was huge age gaps in relationships. He specifically calls that out as one of the first things that he was going to put in his song. So I guess he should really get up on the manga scene right now because age gap romances are all over the place.
Freaking hey, shout out to my guy, smoking behind the convenience store with you. Got an anime announced.
Yeah.
Number one age gap romance right now.
But Billy Joel, unfortunately I do have to report Billy Joel did say he's over wokeness, which
oh no. Oh, we lost Billy Joel?
Yeah, we lost Billy Joel.
He was a load-bearing celebrity in the woke agenda.
Yeah. I thought an 120-year-old rich white guy would be on our side, but apparently not.
You know, Patton Oswalt in one of his books, he has like a whole drawn out bit where he writes about 90s like edgy leftist comedians that got like bitter and started shilling for right-wing causes in like the late 90s, 2000s. And I am 99% sure that the person that he is directly referencing in that chapter is Bill Maher, because all of the stuff is like, he says up front, like, yeah, all these stories like happened to me. I'm talking about real people. I'm just changing the names. Which, you know, sure, anybody can just say that, but I'm pretty sure in this case he was directly talking about Bill Maher.
Sure. Well, you know, Bill Maher was a very weird thing for me because, like, I went and saw Religulous back in, like, my, like, Reddit days. Like, very early when that came out. Actually, it was before Reddit, but I was Reddit at the time.
Yeah, you were mainlining that and Freakonomics.
I did have a copy of Freakonomics. I'm not sure I read it too closely, though. But like that, and I remember at the time being like, you know, yeah, man, Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins. And then slowly over time, watching every single one of those guys and realizing they were just fucking assholes the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Oh no, they're just fucking they don't care about like making the world a better place.
No, they're
don't
just care
fucking
about
assholes.
anything. It is just an excuse for them to be a dick. On the slightly more socially acceptable end of the spectrum.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Yes.
Now that there's been the shift, it's very obvious to see their true colors because they just go with whichever side lets them be an asshole to people.
Well, Hitchens, luckily for us, Hitchens is dead now, so one down.
And he did get waterboarded. That was pretty fun.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely cool. Now we just got to get the rest of these fuckers.
Oh, man.
Oh, Billy Joel, we love you. We love an anti-woke Billy Joel. You're so great. You've done lots of good songs, I'm sure.
Like Piano Man.
Piano Man. We love Piano Man.
And the soundtrack from Oliver and Company. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Wait, is Oliver and Company the one with the cats? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, it's the one with there's a cat in it, but it's mostly dogs. It's Oliver. It's Oliver Twist, but, you know, with dogs in New York. And so they got Billy Joel playing a New York dog.
Oh, they're dogs.
Yeah, they're dogs.
If you search Billy Joel anime, you will immediately get like a Bocchi the Rock. It's still rock and roll to me cover, which I think is fucking insane.
They didn't even play any Billy Joel covers in that show. It was all generic, like original music.
Yeah, well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but do they have a piano player?
No, they don't. They don't have a piano player. Bocchi plays guitars, and they've got a drummer and a singer and a bass player. And the joke is that the bass player is like older than them, and so she's drunk all the time.
Yes, good joke. We love
an alcoholic 20-year-old.
Yeah, we love a good alcoholic 20-year-old bass player joke.
By the way, why is every bass player in a high school band an alcoholic 20-year-old? Why is that a stereotype?
I don't know.
Like, I'm not joking. I was in a high school band, and our bass player was an alcoholic 20-year-old.
This is a universal experience. This happens to everybody.
Hey, maybe it doesn't happen to everybody, but it happened to me. And I think that the fact that it happened twice, once to me and once to the very real Bocchi the Rock.
The real Bocchis.
Listen, I know the anime is based off of her life. You know, it's like Hatsune Miku. There's a real person behind the anime. I went and I saw the club, the stairway down to the club that they play at in the anime when I was in Japan, which is a real thing that I did. And so that means that they must be real too, right?
Well, I have seen them, like real people playing the Bocchi the Rock songs. So are those the real people? I don't know.
Yeah.
They were real in the fact that they were like real people and they were playing the songs.
I think that makes them the Bocchi the Rock.
Does that count?
I think that counts, yeah. I think that
They
counts.
are the Bocchi the Rock.
They are the Bocchi the Rock.
I wonder if their bass player is significantly older than the rest of the band.
Almost assuredly.
It would be weird if they weren't, right?
Yeah, no, he just kind of showed up one day. It's like osmosis. If you just hang around long enough, an alcoholic bass player just kind of shows up out of nowhere. Probably because they don't have any other skills.
It would be really funny if they did it like Baby Metal, where it's like all of the teenage girls, and then like Steve Vai is standing in the back. Like, what? Get out of there, Steve Vai! What are you doing?
I was about to give him a British accent, but I don't actually know if Steve Vai is British.
Steve Vai is not British. You've never seen Steve Vai? He's very much an American.
Well,
man.
I've never heard him talk. I've heard him play guitar.
He has a whole YouTube channel where he lets like Make-A-Wish kids come to his studio and like play his guitars.
How nice of him.
Yeah, I guess.
And then he washes them afterwards.
Oh, he probably just throws them away. He rips another one off the roll.
He just has a dispenser like a shark's jaw.
Yeah.
Just another one pops up behind it. Hey, speaking of guitars, did you get to the guitar battle in Death Stranding 2 yet?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. In fact, I got much further than that because I have the guitar in the inventory. The old inventory.
You have the axe. You've got the
I got
box.
the axe.
Okay.
Yes, and because of the bizarre multiplayer aspect of Death Stranding 2, I have multiple of them because people just leave them lying around and you could just pick them up. In the very, very many ways that Kojima was just ripping off Breath of the Wild to make Death Stranding. All the weapons do have very short lifespans. There is the durability system built into Death Stranding.
Yeah.
In the way that everybody pretended to hate in Breath of the Wild, but now pretend to like because it's Kojima.
Hey, to be fair, I hate it in both games. Weapon degradation is a bad mechanic universally.
You just hate that.
I just hate it.
that.
No matter what the context, it's not fun. I don't like spending time and resources to just be able to keep using a tool that I like using all of the time. Don't do it. It's bad. Stop putting that in games.
Well, in Death Stranding, it is much, much worse than in basically any other game I've ever played. Because not only are all the weapons and items and everything tied to a durability system, they also lose durability just by having them on your person. They lose durability if you put them on the ground.
If it's keeping with the same
have
system,
to throw them away
from the first game, they get broken on the ground. You can accidentally walk over them and damage them.
You drive your car over them like you do in real life.
All the time. I go out of the way to hit stuff on the road.
But, you're loading up your groceries and you just leave something behind the car. And then there goes your $50 carton of eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Eggs are cheap where you are.
But yes, I did get the guitar. The guitar happens to also be a flamethrower that shoots the flames from Fire Punch. I don't know if did you hear that? Did you get to that part?
No, I didn't. So it shoots everlasting flames?
It shoots everlasting flames. And there is a really annoying, stupid part where he shoots the everlasting flames onto Daryl Dixon. And Daryl Dixon is an immortal in this game, right? Big plot point in the games is that he cannot die.
Well, isn't that Sam Porter Bridges thing? He just gets reborn or something every time he dies.
Yeah, they call it repatriating, which is very funny. But yeah, he's just an immortal. And there is a sequence where he burns you with the fire punch flames, and you have to do the thing where he dies, and then you hold the button to come back, and then you die again, and you hold the button to come back. Which in a game that had like a a better grasp on like telling a narrative, I think would be very emotional and impactful. But because it's Death Stranding, which is objectively very badly written and dumb, it does not have any kind of emotional effect. It is, in fact, just annoying. And also, it is immediately solved because a character on the cast has the ability to just call down super rain. So she just walks up and she's like, here's the super rain, and it puts out the super fire because super rain beats super fire.
I was literally about to joke, like, oh, does someone put him out with super water?
Yes.
But no, that's just what they did in the game?
That's exactly what they did. The game has a character with super water, and the super water beats the super fire. And so the big, crazy emotional moment where he's caught in an endless flame death is actually ended within a couple minutes and is not a big deal. And in fact, by the next cutscene, everyone has forgotten that has happened. So cool, man. Very cool. This game is really badly written. I really need to impress that particular fact. This is a very badly written game.
I'm just wondering, like, in the broad sense of things, what is the point of Death Stranding 2? Because I played most of Death Stranding 1 when it came out. I'm currently replaying it right now. Death Stranding 1 is also not a well-written game. Let's just be upfront about that. They're both very badly written games.
It's very dumb, badly written games.
But the plot of Death Stranding 1 can be neatly summarized as you need to invent Super Amazon so that you can reconnect internet to America, and that's going to save the world. And you're doing it because your mommy president told you to.
Yep.
That's basically it. And you do that. You do it. You go from the East Coast to the West Coast, and by the end of the game, you've brought the internet back to America, and you've built roads so people can get their Amazon deliveries, and that's the end of the game. So, like, what is the general carrying on theme in Death Stranding 2? Like, what are we doing here?
Like most things that Kojima does, well, that's not fair. I should say, in this particular moment, he does a very strange thing where he's about 10 years too late to the datification of video games. I'm sure you're aware of this trend, right? This was a heavily discussed topic when new God of War came out, and it was Dat of War, and people's, and obviously like The Last of Us and these games. This is the datification, a trend that seems to be kind of going away a little bit, except in this one where Daryl Dixon has a little baby, and it's the baby that he is released from the baby pod and is now becoming a real baby. But because he's a bad dad, the baby dies.
Yeah.
And there are things where, like, at the beginning of a story, a baby dies, right? Like Antichrist.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
I love Antichrist. So I'm not against a baby dying in the first.
It's funny you bring that up. I'm like literally in the middle of reading Pet Cemetery right now, and the kid just died.
Oh, yeah? Yes, and the kid dies in Pet Cemetery, right? And that's one of the better Stephen Kings.
Yep.
So that's not a bad way to start the story, right? But then they do a thing where Daryl Dixon just kind of refuses to admit that the baby's dead. So most of the story is supposedly about all the characters, like, giving him the emotional breathing room he needs to get over the death of a baby. But then it turns out that at some point he was supposedly supposed to actually not know that the baby was dead, but he did know. He was aware earlier, and then he is not later on. He forgets.
He forgets that the baby died.
He forgets that the baby died.
Well, that's the one thing you don't want to forget.
Yeah, it's kind of the big thing. But that's what the story is about. There's also a bunch of bullshit about, like, you go to Australia via Mexico, and you're supposed to fix Australia with the power of social media, which is, again, another thing he's really late to, because everybody hates social media now. We all hate social media. It's bad. It's objectively bad. But Kojima now is apparently, he thinks it's good. And social media will save the world of Death Stranding because it connects people via social strands. There's also a very unfortunate thing as well where like the company you work for is called APAC. So just every part of this game is very unfortunately like timed.
Ooh, boy.
Just everything in the game. Everything.
It's so weird how like 10 years ago, you know, we're saying that he's 10 years behind right now. And then 10 years ago, if we go back, everyone was clamoring like, oh, he was so ahead of the time with his, you know, Metal Gear Solid 2 take on AI and like the weaponization of personal data.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a visionary.
Yeah.
And then now 20 years on from Metal Gear Solid 2, he's saying, hey, what if maybe it's good for like people to like each other? And it's like, what?
He certainly seems to, his opinion on the information superhighways does seem to have changed in the intervening years, hasn't it?
It's become a very weird shift, you know? Again, because the main thesis of like the AI rant that everyone loves at the end of Metal Gear 2 or Metal Gear Solid 2,
yeah.
He's talking about, everyone is going to be just willingly putting their personal information online, and we're going to collate that data to better like manipulate and control the populace. And lo and behold, like data analytica, we didn't start the fire.
We didn't start the fire. I mean, yes, his main point in Metal Gear Solid 2 is that the massive amount of information that we'll be flooded with will put an end to consensus reality. And everybody said he was way ahead of his time. Though I think this is the exact same thing of people saying, oh, The Simpsons predicted this or whatever. Which is
Simpsons
like,
did it.
No, The Simpsons don't predict anything. It's just that thing was happening then, too.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody's like, "Oh, that thing predicted this," I just think about that. Like, no, that they were just identifying a thing that was already happening. And Kojima did at the time. He did very clearly identify a thing that was happening. Or the Tom Clancy book he just read identified the thing that was happening. I don't know. One of the two things. And he seems to have forgotten. I don't know why he did this big 180 on the destruction of consensus reality through
I know why.
Massive social dump.
I know why.
Why?
It's because he got like thousands of followers on Twitter, and that made him happy. And so he wanted to make a game about how cool it is to get likes on Twitter.
So he got likes, and he was like, I like this. So in the game, the characters will have changed the main currency of the world into likes, which was an episode of Black Mirror I'm now thinking about. It's been a while since I thought about Black Mirror, but that is an episode of Black Mirror, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an episode of Black Mirror.
Except it's good in Death Stranding. People like it. And in fact, one of the characters is constantly doing it directly to the player, which I fucking hate.
That sounds awful.
I hate that.
That sounds even worse than the constant like tutorial hint pop-ups that happen in the first game that you can't turn off because they're in game. Like they're narratively in game of Sam getting messages on his little like handcuff watch thing.
Oh, and he has the handcuff watch is now just a thumb ring.
Oh, it's a
thumb ring.
Oh god.
Yeah, which is thousands of times worse.
You can't put Norman Reedus in your game wearing a thumb ring. That's too white trash.
So when you're wearing the thumb ring, it's because it's a thumb ring. You have to do the thumbs up sign for the hologram to pop up. Yeah, it's insanely bad. And he got all these incredibly famous people, right? Léa Seydoux is in the game. Ella Fanning is in the game.
Oh, they're in the
Guillermo
game.
del Toro's in the game. And he has the incredible ability to make these people as uncool as possible. Like, they're all really embarrassingly lame.
I completely forgot that I completely forgot that Margaret Qualley was in the first game. And she's like a main character.
Yeah.
Is she in the second one? Is she back?
No, there's not too many characters that come back. It's pretty much Dead Man, Heart Man, Fragile,
Fragile.
who smokes now, which I do like.
Oh, that's cool.
Now she's a sexy French woman who smokes, which is like, why wasn't she that to begin with? You changed your mind about that one.
Oh, did they fix her ugly old body?
She did. Yeah, she did.
God damn it.
The bad guy points it out. That's like, hey, you fixed your weird body. And it's like, holy shit, man. What the fuck? Yeah, and sorry, spoilers, but Die Hard Man does show up, and he does do a interpretive dance to a pop song in a very strange way that I was not expecting. And that's pretty much it. Now George Miller is the main guy. He's with you all the time, telling you weird things. He's the Captain Ahab now. Look at me,
man.
Look at me. I'm the Captain Ahab now. It's like the entire thing I was thinking of, and I don't know, maybe this is mixed. This is a little too mixed metaphor-y, but the entire game is like this incredibly built, like stainless steel, aesthetically perfect, like multi-tool, but the knife is completely dull. Does that make sense?
No, I totally get it. That's pretty close to my thoughts about Metal Gear Solid 5, and I think it's not a particularly... I don't think that's particularly like a controversial opinion for talking about both games, because mechanically, like, I think I do like these games mechanically, both Metal Gear Solid 5 and Death Stranding. You know, they are meticulous and weird and very intricate, and there's lots of little gribbles to play around with, which is what, you know, I like about Kojima as a game designer. I don't know if that is true for you, but I think it might be.
I think that's the strength of his games for sure. I happen to think that Metal Gear Solid 5 plays much better than Death Stranding because...
Oh, sure, by far.
Yeah, Death Stranding forces you into these, especially Death Stranding 2, even more than the first one, forces you into a lot of firefights, and the gunplay is not fun.
Oh,
like,
no,
at all.
It's bad. It's really bad.
It's bad? It's really bad?
I think that it's maybe supposed to be bad on purpose. I think maybe he didn't like how much people liked his intricately designed gunplay mechanics from Metal Gear Solid 5. Because as we know, Kojima's thing is, you know, no matter what, he's constantly harping on the player to not do violence. And he's putting all of these fun little tools in front of you and spending so much time, you know, developing these tools, the gunplay and the different guns and the mechanics to kill people in the games. And then he puts them in front of you as like a test to be like, hey, you know, the point of video games is to not kill people. Like, killing people's bad. Look at all these different ways you shouldn't be killing people.
Yeah, in Death Stranding, you are not supposed to kill anyone because it'll be really bad for some reason if that happens.
I think that's him like really hammering on the point because he was frustrated from Metal Gear Solid. And him saying, all right, if you kill someone, they turn into a fucking nuke. It destroys. If you kill someone, they explode and kill everything around them. And it puts a big crater in the middle of the map and you fucked up. It's not subtle. It's not subtle at all.
But you see him changing his position because in this game, he creates an entirely new faction of enemy, which is okay to kill. You can use real weapons on them, and it's fine.
Are they like robot people or something?
Yes, they're called ghost mechs.
God damn it.
Because they're fucking robots.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, to be fair, you also were allowed to kill the ghosts in the flashback boss fights with Mads Mikkelsen in Death Stranding 1. You were encouraged to kill the ghosts there.
Yes, and that happens in this game as well. Solid Snake does show up, and you do have to kill him in these extended, like, not a dream sequence. But he Solid Snakes at you, and you have to shoot him a bunch of times. And it's really weird because Solid Snake is like, he's Spanish now. He's a Spanish Solid Snake.
No, that's sexy. I'm into it.
I do like it. I mean, his character has a much more compelling story than Daryl Dixon, like way more compelling. But we only get it in tiny, tiny little clips when you're shooting him with guns.
Okay, speaking of sexy Spanish Solid Snake, whatever happened to that Oscar Isaac movie that they were making? He put Jordan Voight-Roberts in Death Stranding 1 because he was the guy that was supposed to be making the Metal Gear movie. What happened to that?
Oh, well, the same thing that happens to all these movies. Like, we were talking about the guys who did Talk to Me, right? Which ruled. They were, before they started doing Bring Her Back, they were signed up to make this new Street Fighter movie.
They were going to be the Street Fighter guys.
Like, fully, like, literally, like, starting production. And then they were like, nah, we want to Bring Her Back. Like, we want to do a thing that's cool and is our thing. Which I think is ultimately what happens with every single one of these movies.
This is why I hate artists.
Yeah, they're fickle and they'll betray you.
They just want to make whatever they envision. They just want to make their art. And I just want them to make a cold, soulless product of the thing that I like from the game up on the screen.
Yeah.
So that I can go point at it and clap in the theater. This is violence against me, the consumer.
I do have to say, in that particular point, I don't know what happened with this Akira thing or the live action Gundam thing or, this Metal Gear thing, but I do kind of suspect that they were in some production meeting and the Capcom guys, and I don't know who was producing it, is like Paramount or whatever, but those guys said, hey, we've signed Jason Momoa on to play Blanca, and these guys were like, yeah, oh no. I think, you know what, actually, we've got another thing we were working on. I think we might be doing that instead. I think that might have played a little bit into it,
Oh.
Anyway, Death Stranding 2, man, I've been playing a lot of it, and boy, it's really, really badly written. And we've been watching a lot of badly written anime.
It's true.
It kind of makes me pine for the badly written anime, honestly.
Oh boy, do I have you covered then. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, I anticipated that you were going to be in a Death Stranding hole this week. I could feel it on the wind. I could hear it in my bones.
I kept like being extremely grumpy all the time. And you're like, he's playing Death Stranding again.
And so I went out and I did my own research. Hey, I did my own research, okay? I draw my own conclusions because I'm an independent thinker and I'm a free speech absolutist.
Like Metal Gear Solid 2 taught you to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I went out and I watched some more 2025 summer, spring anime premieres in the year 2025 this summer. How about that?
All right, doing God's work.
I'm out here doing the heavy lifting. I'm out here busting rocks. And in fact, that brings me to my first entry here. This was a weird little entry that I put on my list because, as we all know, every manga, every light novel, every anime has to have like the one thing that it's about, right? Whether it's cooking or shoe repair or, I don't know, haberdashery, like hat maker.
Haberdashery.
Yeah.
I've read at least like 15 manga that were just about playing shogi.
Yep. And so I put Ruri Rocks on my list. Ruri Rocks.
Ruri Rocks.
On my list because up until this point, I had not seen.
They're called minerals.
They're called minerals, Marie.
I assume this is about rocks.
Yeah, no, this is about mineralogy.
Cool.
That is the facade, at least. So we have our main character, Ruri. She is a high school girl who, and I'm really not trying to make any illusions or assumptions here, but she is a ditzy high school girl who's very into crystals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Strictly as fashion accessories, by the way. She's not into like magic crystals or anything just yet. I don't know. We could go there eventually.
Okay, she's not vibing with the crystals.
No.
Does she cut the crystals?
She does not cut the crystals yet. Well, she gets really into crystals as a jewelry accessory, and so as you do when you don't have a job, you beg your parents for money, right? Because all of you people out there, you have parents with money, right? Like, if you don't, What are you doing?
Don't waste your time watching anime. Get out there and learn how to weld.
Yeah, or get a parent. Go out and find a parent because you need one.
Yeah, go find some parent out there.
But Ruri is a normal kid, so she has parents with money. But,
of course.
Obviously, you're not just going to would you give your kid, $20, $30 to go buy crystals just because they thought they were pretty? I don't think so, buddy. I wouldn't. That's a waste of money there.
I did get money to buy one of those geode sets as a kid.
Well, but
I found it too boring to actually do.
It takes a while to grow a geode, I'll admit.
Yeah.
So she decides, all right, well, if I can't get any money to buy my fancy crystal jewelry that I want, I am going to go out into the woods by myself and just break rocks open until I find one.
She's gonna mine? She's
gonna
gonna strip mine?
This kid yearns for the mines, buddy. Let me tell you what.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. So I guess she asks her grandfather, and he says, "Oh, well, I used to go gather wild herbs and vegetables." So we're already in a fantasy version of Japan where there's still untouched nature that you can just go walk around in and appreciate. As we both know, that doesn't exist in the world anymore. The last nature reserve was mined for plutonium 5 years ago. Everything is a Blade Runner-esque smog-filled desert out there everywhere. That's the world we live in. They're doing a retro throwback thing here where she can walk out of her front door and take a bus to the woods and go walk around and enjoy the beauty of nature while she illegally mines for crystals. And when she's out in the woods, she runs into a older college student named Negi, an older woman who is a student of mineralogy, and she's out there studying rocks. Because don't you know, there are minerals in these thar hills.
Minerals. Would it be safe to call her a geologist?
Yeah, I would say that legally that's okay to say.
All right, okay.
Again, the preferred term is mineralogist, but
I guess I don't know the difference, but sure. Yeah, I guess it's a specification. It's the specificity of the thing.
That is,
they don't care about fissures and.
She's not out there studying tectonic plates,
sure, yeah.
Fissures, landmass, volcanoes. That's not her deal, buddy. She's there to get her rocks off. Okay.
Hyper condensed coal and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. And so this kind of basically plays out as you think it was. It is a excuse for her to exposit at the audience about rock facts. That's a rock fact, baby.
Oh, rock facts. Does she own a Tumblr?
She does own a Tumblr, and she operates a Tumblr on Tumblr.com.
Great. Do they do that Simpsons bit where he turns it off and just stares at it?
We needed to unplug the TV for our rock Tumblr. No. She teaches Ruri all the different intricacies of crystals and different gemstones and where to find them, because apparently Japan is very mineral rich and you can just find literal piles of rubies in a river, which happens. They're just walking along the river and they're like, hey, I think that maybe because of the specific atomic density of rubies, they would be most likely to wash up in this area as they come down from the volcano. Because they have a volcano ruby in their town, Ruby Volcano, and lo and behold, they find a hidden cave that's filled with rubies in it. So
filled with rubies,
literally piles and piles of rubies,
and this is where they get snatched up by the federal government, which are using these rubies to secretly fund paramilitary groups in South America.
That would be a more interesting take on this story. But no, they just take one each because, they're polite, and then they leave. And they say, we'll leave this pile of rubies here for the next mineralogist who wants to discover them. So, yeah, it's about rocks. It's about it's about rocks. Now, that is unfortunately not the main point of this show, if you follow me. Because the main point of this show, even though it's about rocks, the main point is about cake.
Cake?
If you know what I mean. As the Gen Zers call it these days. Because for some reason, everybody, or at least all of the girl characters in this show, are drawn with, like, quite honestly, disturbingly large dump truck asses.
What?
Yeah.
Are you saying Japan has discovered ass?
We were joking about this when we were hanging out last, and yes, it's finally come to that point. Japan has discovered ass.
My God. I'm taking off my sunglasses
and specifically, right now. Specifically, waist to hip ratio. We're doing some real, like, 1950s proportioning here. It is very hourglass, top and bottom heavy.
Hold on. Are you telling me these meteorologists are wearing pencil skirts?
No, not yet. They are wearing short shorts. Like, you know that outfit that Laura Dern wears in Jurassic Park? Think like the slutty Halloween costume version of that.
Okay, sure. At least she was like a researcher.
Yeah, well, she's hiking up and down the mountain all day. It's really good for the quads and the glutes and the traps.
That's true.
Her big thing is that she's got a big sledgehammer that she carries around with her to break open rocks with. Because I guess that's what mineralogists do. They just go out into, like, a field or near a river somewhere, and they just break rocks until they find precious stones. And then they go, oh, wow, it's cool that I found this stone. But they don't sell them. Like, I want to be clear, they're not making money off of this, even though they literally found a giant pile of rubies that they could have piled into their bags and, taken back to town and, like, sold to a jeweler or something. Yeah. I don't know how
Which
the
they
jewelry
probably
trade worked. They might have been blood rubies. I don't know.
Well, somebody must have mined them, right? If they're just piled there, somebody must have taken them out of the ground.
Well, the explanation given in the show is that the stream that they found them in is, like, it's downstream from a volcano that for some reason, like, the magma flow is the perfect type of magma to make rubies, and so they form in the volcano and then they wash downstream and collect in, like, this hidden grotto that they find. I don't know how rubies work, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and try and say, like, oh yeah, this show about dump truck asses is very scientifically accurate about mineralogy and geodes and crystals. I'm not gonna say that. I am gonna say that they do find a giant pile of rubies, and the women are drawn very curvaceously. Those are the two sticking points about this show. I can only imagine. In fact, I got to go look now. We have been keeping track of the rankings for the Fantasy Anime League Summer 2025, and I've got to see which spot Ruri Rocks is at on the list here. Where would you peg it at?
Well, it sounds boring as hell because in the entire time you've been talking about it, you haven't mentioned a single point of tension.
No, it's not that kind of show. It's each episode they go to a different state park or forest preserve and they just hunt for different types of gems. And then they explain how the gems were formed and a little bit about, like, earth science and geology. And then that's the end of the episode. It's not really, like, about anything, other than rocks. It's not a show about nothing. It's about rocks. It's a show about rocks. And it's currently sitting at number 11 on the list. Again, I can only assume because of the dump truck asses.
Huh. Okay. But there is no dramatic tension.
Well, the dramatic tension, I guess, is that Ruri doesn't have any money to buy crystals, and so she has to go find them and then learn about them.
Okay, but it sounds like she's doing a great job, and it's not that hard.
It's not that hard. She's doing a really good job of it. She's learning a lot. Nothing bad is happening. There's no like enticing incident to drive a plot forward in some way. It's just her hanging out with her friend while they go, sift for rocks. And they go gold panning in one episode.
Gold, yeah, I've done that. It was also very boring.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, this show's pretty dang boring. It's pretty boring, Remy. But did I mention the dump truck asses? I feel like you're not giving that like aspect of it the due deference that it deserves.
I just can't imagine sifting through all the other stuff just for the ass. There's so many easier ways to get ass.
Well, anime has been ass starved for so long. This is what the people are clamoring for. Obviously, this is where the meat is.
Okay. As we progress through the rest of these premieres, I will make sure to keep special attention on any kind of ass deviation in the future, and we'll see if there are any other viable alternatives. How about that?
All right. I'm gonna hold you to that, because this is also a scientific pursuit that I am deeply invested in.
We'll find out. Okay. We'll do a poll at the end.
All right, that was Ruri Rocks. I don't think I'm going to be watching more than the 3 episodes I've already watched, because it's a boring show about rocks.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Okay, but I still got some more up my sleeve. Maybe one of these will do it for you. I watched With You and the Rain.
With You in the Rain.
With You in the Rain.
With You in the Rain.
With You and the Rain.
Like tears.
off the belt of Orion. This is a show with it's a show with one joke. It's one joke. The show is comprised of exactly one joke, and every bit of dialogue centered around it. And that is, it's about a woman in her late 20s, maybe early 30s. She's an adult, so thank God, who is walking home one day in the rain and sees a tanuki sitting in a cardboard box. And the joke is that she mistakes it for a dog and takes it home to be her pet.
Classic mistake.
Yeah. Well, there is something. There is like a little bit more to bite down on this plot with than with Ruri Rocks, because we seem to be alluding to the fact that this tanuki is like a Pompoko tanuki. It's like a yokai tanuki.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Yeah, it's got the little leaf on its forehead that always has to be there. And also it can write in Japanese. It can write words and have conversations.
Sure, of course.
And so she's walking home and she sees it in a cardboard box with a sign out front that says "Adopt me." And so she's a very weak-willed woman, because she just does whatever signs tell her to, apparently. and she takes this tanuki home, and she just assumes that it's a dog. That it's a weird looking dog, and she takes it to the vet, and she's like, "Hey, I found this dog, and it looks really weird. Can you like make sure that it's up to date on its shots and stuff?" And the vet is about to say, like, this isn't a dog, right? When the tanuki holds up a little paper sign that says, like, "Just tell her I'm a dog, please."
Oh, and it doesn't say, "Please don't neuter me."
Oh, it does do that. It does do that. That's a later joke.
Okay. Yeah. That's an obvious one.
Yeah, that's they make all the classic vet jokes that you would think of.
All those classic vet jokes. I love vet humor, by the way.
Sick animals, nothing funnier.
That episode of Seinfeld about the squirrel. Mm-hmm. All good shit. Good shit.
And so
we needed to send away for tiny tools.
And so, yeah, that's about it so far, is like this woman not realizing that it's not a dog. And for some reason, no one that she shows it to, she's not hiding it. Like, she takes it out for walks and takes it, like, to people to show them. Like, hey, look at my new dog. And everyone
Hey, look at my dog.
And apparently everyone in her life is so conflict adverse that none of them are willing to say, hey, like, that's not a dog, right? Some of it is because the Tanuki, like, with the vet, holds up a little sign that says, hey, don't tell her that I'm not a dog. And they go, oh, okay, sure, you seem cool. Which is another thing that they do not elaborate on, that no one is freaked out by this talking raccoon thing. I'm really trying to figure out where they're going with this, because they're very obviously setting up that this is a supernatural creature. It has intelligence. It can, like, speak Japanese. It can write in Japanese and can be understood. And yet nobody is just saying, like, hey, that's weird. Everyone is just carrying on like, oh, yeah, no, it's normal. I better do the polite thing and respect this talking animal's wishes that it doesn't want to be revealed. What are we doing here?
Do you think maybe it's clear that this woman is, like, perhaps sort of brain damaged, and that trying to explain this would simply just overwhelm her, and they're trying to be polite?
That's a very plausible scenario. Absolutely. Except the show very obviously wants us, I hope, maybe, you tell me after I say this. The show wants us to assume she has some level of intelligence, because at the end of the first episode, when she is having a full-on conversation with what she thinks is a dog, so no matter what animal she thinks it is, she's not freaked out by the fact that she's having a full-on, like, conversation with a non-human animal. That is
okay,
not...
well, I think... Well, hold on. I think the conclusion we can draw then is that maybe even if they haven't expounded on this, that this is a world where this is commonplace. I mean, have they... Obviously, she is being tricked in the species department, but perhaps animals just talk in this world.
Except they don't, because she takes it to a dog park and a cat cafe, and none of the animal owners or the animals that she encounters, besides the Tanuki, can talk or write. Before you even say that, they can't write either.
But can the Tanuki talk to the other animals?
No.
It can't.
No, it can't talk to the animals.
Interesting. That is interesting.
It's very weird, right? And so what I was trying to get at earlier, she's having this full-on conversation, and the Tanuki asks her, hey, what do you do for a living, by the way? So it understands the concepts of jobs.
Sure.
And she says, she's a novelist. That's what she tells it. She's a novelist.
She's a novelist.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Like this age gap rom-com I read. Great. Oh, it's good. Okay, yeah. And what does she write?
She writes romance fiction.
Great, just like the one I'm talking.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure that's what anime directors think, that that's the only thing they think women can write, right?
And is she having a kind of career crisis?
No, she's actually kind of successful. She makes enough.
She's doing great.
Yeah, she makes enough money to, like, live in an apartment in Tokyo alone by herself and not have to worry about money. And have, like, discretionary spending where she can
it's a dog-friendly apartment.
Yeah, and it's a dog-friendly apartment. And she has money where she can just take random animals that she picks up off the street to a very expensive vet, I'm assuming, because all vets are expensive. Hey, people, veterinarians, by the way, they're a scam.
Who needs them?
Like, you know that, right? Animals don't need doctors.
Animals live and die on their own terms.
That's the way they want it. We should respect that.
Why are you playing God?
Vets, you're playing God. You're a fake career. Stop doing it.
I'm not too hot on doctors to begin with. I just gotta say, kind of a fake job. I mean, come on.
Yeah, right. Hey, you just tell me what I'm sick at. Yeah, I already know what I'm sick at. It's everything, because I fucking
You ever
rule.
been to one of these guys? Oh, you're coughing? Oh man, that sucks. Anyway, that'll be $500. Don't need these guys.
Hey, if it's dry, keep it wet. If it's wet, try and keep it dry. That's it. I'm a doctor now. That's all of medicine right there.
Fake job.
Fake job.
Fake profession.
Fake pet. And you know what the thing that pisses me off the most about this Tanuki?
It's rude.
It doesn't even have any giant inflatable balls.
Oh, that would not piss me off. In fact, I wouldn't miss them, honestly.
It's a core part of the Tanuki myth.
It's not. Well, you said this thing can talk, but you didn't say anything about having fucking a magical ball pouch that it can store things in.
No, it has not had that yet. It does not have a giant ball pouch that it can use to disguise itself as a human yet. There seems to be some implication with the little leaf that is stuck to its forehead, right? That it needs to keep that there at all times, or else something is going to happen.
You know what occurs to me, Bo, before you go, then maybe this will break this whole thing open. What if she's the only one who sees it as a Tanuki, and everyone else sees it as a little guy? And that's why they're not freaked out by a talking Tanuki. They just see a little guy and they assume she has gone off the deep end. And this little guy's like, it's fine. I'm playing along. Don't worry about her. And that they're like, okay.
That would honestly be the absolute best reveal. The absolute best reveal in this entire thing. I would be so on board with that if they just totally switch gears and had it be a creepy little fat dude that everyone sees instead of the Tanuki.
Yeah.
If I had to guess where they're going is maybe like a Prince and the Frog scenario where at the end of the season or something it loses the leaf and it turns it back into a sexy man. I can only imagine that what it's hiding is probably a giant sexy man body.
A giant sexy man body. That's what you're going with.
That's what I'm assuming they're going to go with. I don't know. It could, in fact, just be a Tanuki by the end of it. In which case, I think I would actually have a little bit more respect for the overall premise of the show if they keep it consistent throughout without reverting to, it being a lead up to a very milquetoast romance ending. Especially because, she's already bathed with it. So if it turns into a human at some point, it's going to be awkward, right?
No, bathing with a pet is already bad. That is already bad. Why would you do that? That's fucked up. That's like those people that kiss their pets on the lips. It's like, what is wrong with you people?
Remy is anti-affection for pets.
Yes, I am.
Pets need to get washed. You got to give them a bath sometime.
Your pets, you own them. You are their owner. You're not friends. You're not its parent. You're its owner. Think about that. You're with the PETA persuasion. All pets are slaves. Yeah, but I mean, I don't care about doing anything about it.
All pets are slaves, but I don't think that's an ontological evil.
It's like, whatever. People choose to do that. It's their business. But I can be critical of it and grossed out by it. That's my business. And you shouldn't wash yourself with a pet. It's weird. That's fucking weird. And don't kiss them on the lips.
How are you supposed to do it then? Just hose them down with a hose in the yard?
Yes, you hose them down with a hose in the yard. That is pretty standard practice.
You're inhuman. Yeah, a monster even.
You shouldn't even be letting cats in the house. They're supposed to be outside killing the mice. That's their entire job.
More accurately, killing the native bird population. But I hate birds too.
Yes. Well, they can't take crows. Crows are actually bigger, smarter, and stronger than them now. So they would probably get eaten by the crows, to be honest.
And then the ravens eat the crows, and then the giant ravens eat the regular size ravens, and it's a chain that goes all the way.
The super coyotes move in, and they start street gangs. Things are escalating at an incredible pace.
So that's With You and the Rain It's about a lady who isn't very good at recognizing what animals are.
Sure. Yeah. If it did take place in America, it would be somebody taking in a coyote and thinking it's a dog.
Yeah, maybe. I think closer to home. You need to put a bigger distance between what we're talking about here. It'd be more like someone picking up a skunk and assuming it's a cat.
Well, it's because the coyote is traditionally the American trickster animal, like a tanuki.
No, you're thinking of turkeys.
No, I mean turkeys are the American prisoner because we execute them every year. It's kind of like that's their big part
The
of
joke's
American
on
mythology.
them.
Yeah, their role in America is to be executed on a certain date every year, whereas
yes.
the coyote roams free and tricks stupid white people.
Yes, this would be in that sense. Yes, this would be like someone bringing home a coyote and assuming that it's like a dog or something.
Yeah,
kind of like she's bringing home a tanuki, also known as a raccoon dog, which is a phrase I don't like.
raccoon dog.
And assuming that it's a regular dog when it's not.
There are weird things too, because like again here in America stuff, we do have raccoon dogs, but they're dogs that kill the raccoons. That's why they're called that. And then we also have people who do straight up just adopt raccoons and keep them in their house and treat them like they're regular animals.
Which they're not, and you shouldn't do that.
They're not. It's gross.
They're awful
it's
little
weird.
demon gremlin things. Like raccoons, they're bad.
They've got thumbs.
Yeah.
They've fucking got thumbs, dog. It's like some Planet of the Apes shit.
I don't like anything with thumbs.
The whole thing is fucked. The entire thing is fucked.
So I don't know. I'm intrigued enough with this one to see if they ever directly confirm that she knows it's not only not a dog, but like supernatural in nature, or if they're just going to keep this bit up the entire time. Like, I kind of have to know that one thing. Like, that's driving
If I know
me.
anything about anime, it's that it'll string along a joke for as long as possible and then give the most unsatisfying conclusion.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, there's that to look forward to.
Yeah.
I've got one more here, and this one I decided to jump on, going back to the Anime League 2025. This is currently the king anime, sitting at spot number 1 on the list. All the bets are on here. People making money off of this one, beating out both The Summer Hikaru Died and Gachiakuta.
Well, Gachiakuta is pretty sure it's going to take pole position here, but they are trading blows for sure.
They're going back and forth like mighty gods fighting it out. I watched the first episode of The Fragrant Flower Blooms in Dignity, or
Blooms in Dignity?
that is the English title.
Is that true?
Yeah, the Fragrant Flower Blooms in Dignity. Not indignity, but like inside of dignity.
In Dignity.
Indignity, or Kaoru Hana wa Rin Tosaku.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, all right. I'm consulting my Japanese to English dictionary, and this says fragrant flowers and forests, which is much harder for me to say with my speech impediment.
Fragrant flowers in
flowers and forests.
And florists, you're saying?
Forests.
Like a person who sells flowers, a florist.
Like where you would go to discover rubies.
Oh, okay, the woods.
Yeah, the woods. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's not a great title.
Is this one of those double meanings things? Is that what's going on? These play on words is that they love so much.
It must be some kind of pun, which you know how we feel about those on this show. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Don't play fancy with your words. Say what you mean.
Language is a serious fucking business.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around.
Yeah. I'm not, don't come at me with that
Words
shit.
have consequences.
I'm a free speech absolutist, except for puns.
Except for puns. They should be illegal, and you should go to jail.
So this is this is Horimiya, but without the tattoos or piercings. Like that's all it is.
Right, and they don't go to the same school, right?
And they don't go to the same school, but they basically do because their schools are literally next door to each other.
Right.
This is something that I'm seeing a lot pop up in these romance anime, especially the what I'm going to call the Romeo and Juliet subtype, where you have, the boy that goes to the delinquent school and the girl that goes to the preppy private school for little fancy girls.
Yeah.
And they are literally right next door to each other. They share a walkway. People walk into the schools under the same gate, and depending on what your middle school grades were, you either go to one building or you're a girl and you go to the other. That's the other thing that I found weird about this setup is they say that we have our two main characters. Rentaro is the main dude, and Wasabi, not Wasabi. Wakabi is the girl, and like they make explicitly clear that the fancy private school is an all-girls academy.
Yep.
And that the delinquent school across the walkway is just a regular ass public school where all the dummies go.
Yeah, boys go to Jupiter to be more stupider. We all know this.
It's not a boys' school though. It's apparently it's not a boys' school. Even though only boys go there, they explicitly say that it's not a gendered school. It's just all of the dumbest boys in town got sent there.
So it is. Boys go to Jupiter to become more stupid.
It is functionally a boys' school, but it is not. Girls are not prohibited from going there by law. They were all just too smart and got to go into the private school, apparently. That
is a meaningless complication.
Right?
Back to script writing class. Immediately.
So we have Rentaro, and his thing is that like people are afraid of him because he's tall and blonde and has resting bitch face.
Oh, sure.
Even though he's like a friendly guy and his parents are cool and they run a cake shop that he works at on the weekends. In fact,
yes, and she likes cakes like all private school girls.
Like all high school girls, she loves cake.
Yeah.
And people keep calling him a delinquent. Like They make a point that when him and his friends are walking to school and they cross paths with the preppy girls, they all they do the thing where they all get super mean and like they throw trash on the ground by them and make mean comments as they walk by because they're like poor public school kids.
Yeah.
And
being poor is morally bad.
It's not even that it's like the private school for boys or the public school that's just for boys. They couldn't even go to the private school if they wanted to because it's an all-girls academy. It's a weird setup. It's a weird setup if you're trying to do like a class stratification thing where all girls are upper class and all boys are like dirty public school kids.
Yes.
It's very weird.
Well, do you know, and this is just a minor part, but do you know Angel Densetsu? Are you familiar with that series? It's like a 90s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I feel like we've been seeing the central joke of Angel Densetsu used a lot recently.
Oh, yeah.
But like Angel Densetsu it's a comedy about a guy trying to overcome evil face. But now it's just like, oh, you have that character trait where you have an evil face, but you're also hot. So it's fine.
Oh, yeah, no, he's hot. Like, I mention that he's tall and blonde?
Yeah, total hottie.
Yeah.
Whereas in Angel Densetsu, he looks like a fucking Junji Ito character, which is really funny. That's a much funnier way to do it. But
I do like that better.
Yeah.
Or at least in like Horimiya, where his thing is he's alluring because he's got like cool piercings and tattoos all over his body.
He's got that gap moe, the alternate personality thing going on, which is very cool and mysterious.
Except this guy is the like complete opposite of that, where he doesn't have his thing is that he's big and beautiful. He's tall and handsome, and he's blonde.
Big and beautiful.
And
our big and beautiful boy.
Yep. BBB. and like people assume he's a delinquent and say mean things about him. Like, oh, yeah, he's a criminal. He's killed people. He'll beat you up just for looking at him. When he goes out of his way to work at his parents' cake shop when he's not at school, to like he's not getting into trouble. He has a job. He makes money, and he takes his education seriously.
Sure. No evil man could work at a cake shop.
Yeah. My name is Yoshikage Kira. So, she, as you would have guessed, is a patron at his parents' cake shop. And
Naturally.
She goes there every day.
Because it's the best cake shop in town, right?
Yeah, it's the best cake shop in town.
It's got to be. It's got to be the best cake shop in town.
It's funny. I don't know how they come up with the names for these places, but the name of his parents' cake shop is Plain Cakes in English.
Plain Cakes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just plain.
Yeah,
I'll have the plain cake, please.
Yeah. Like Jar in LA.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just give me a jar.
Well, it's just another restaurant, which is the worst name of any restaurant ever.
Oh, I thought it was the place that gives you like scrambled eggs in jars.
No, it is an acronym.
Oh, okay.
Much like Sir in LA, which is Sexy Urban Restaurant.
I don't like that either.
Truly the worst names.
God.
Yeah.
So she goes to his parents' cake shop every day after school and loads up on cake because she's a little cake piggy. She loves to eat it. We all do. And she develops a crush on him.
He serves her cake very sexily.
Well, he doesn't even he doesn't even talk to her. He's usually in the back making the cake.
That's even sexier.
She just sees him when he comes out to bring it to put in the display case. And so he's got allure because he's back of house guy. He's got the big strong
badass cake boy.
Yeah, he's got those cake mixing arms. He's got all he perfects all of his cake muscle groups.
Yeah, he's got those good cake muscles, really, really nicely defined.
Ruri Rocks had one type of cake, and this guy's got a different type. So she develops a crush on him, and as far as I can tell, like the main conflict, because they are setting this up to be a Romeo and Juliet story, a forbidden love, but the forbidden love that they're trying to express is that she goes to a fancy school and he goes to dumb kid school, even though he's not a dumb kid.
Oh no, they put me in dumb school.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, we did bad.
That's
why the principal made me head cake guy.
Is there a non-dumb public school in town?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where are all of the girls who weren't smart enough to get into the fancy private school, but apparently aren't going to the dumb guy school, even though girls are allowed to go there? Like,
they're just going to regular girls' school across
Is there
town.
a third school that we're going to be introduced to where all of the delinquent girls go to? Like,
there has to be.
There has to be, right?
There has to be. And it's going to be the love triangle school, right?
Well, and then that implies the existence of a fourth school where all of the preppy smart guys go to that isn't the girls' school. Like, where's the preppy Bishojo school?
Yeah, there should be a preppy boys' school somewhere in the area because we do need in the evolution of the rom-com. We now are in a period where the triangle is gone. That's old school. Now we have the square, sometimes expanding out in
maybe a dodecahedron if we're getting fancy.
Polygonal here with trapezoids and whatnot.
In fact, the point that I'm trying to build to is that if there in fact exists a delinquent girls' school and a preppy boys' school that are most likely right next door to each other, right?
Sure.
And there is a parallel romance going on across town of a delinquent girl falling in love with like a nerdy fancy lad boy at the private boys' school. That's the story that I'm more interested in following. I am invested in finding out whether or not a more interesting romance exists within this world that they've presented. Because what we have so far is sexy blonde boy saves little cute preppy girl from a gang of actual delinquents one night after she leaves his parents' cake shop. He follows her out to apologize for having resting bitch face.
I'm sorry I look like this.
Yeah, he literally goes
That's
to say,
brutal.
I'm sorry I look like this.
Man, that's brutal.
I can't stop. It's just my face.
That is some Angel Densetsu shit.
Yeah. And he happens upon her being accosted by a group of actual delinquents, and he runs up to them and says, hey, get out of here. And they're so afraid of his resting bitch face that they run away from trying to molest this woman. And that is how they spark their romance. And then he realizes, I can't date you because I go to dumb kid school. It would be too scandalous. And that is the setup for the number one show in the anime league right now. People are going buck wild for this. It's trading blows with Gachi Akuda, which is an actual like kind of cool shonen premise about garbage people with magic garbage powers
living at the dump. As I've said a million times, it's so cool to live at the dump. It's so cool. I mean,
what do people see in it?
Well, it's when you don't have anywhere else to go, rip off Shakespeare. I mean, you said it at the top. Just throw in some star-crossed
lovers. But even Shakespeare had more of a hook because they were both like fancy lad prep school kids.
Well,
that was like the thing.
Their families were trying to murder each other.
Well, yeah, but so do like regular fancy lad prep school families. That's like a whole thing.
Yeah, but you can strip, as been proven over time, you can strip literally every detail out of a Shakespeare play and just recreate the central elements because, whether you want to believe it or not, Shakespeare was a pretty good writer. He laid down the tenets of all, written drama.
He's pretty good. I'll give you that. He's no Hideo Kojima.
Good.
He's no Kojima, but he's pretty good.
He could not imagine a world that included Die Hard Man. But he pretty good. Everybody, it's very cool to come out and be like, well, I don't like Shakespeare. I know that's cool, and it does make you sound cool, but much like smoking, you shouldn't do it just because it's cool.
Wait, no, I think you're getting that backwards. Like,
wait, what?
Looking cool is the only reason you should smoke.
But then why does this kid care about his mean face? Because that's cool.
Well, I don't know. He's just got too big of a heart, I guess. He expresses guilt that he thinks he drives away customers from his parents' cake shop from his mean face,
sure.
Which is why he works back of house. And he very explicitly tries to keep a social distance from his other like friends at delinquent school because he thinks that hanging around him makes them less popular because of his bitch face. Again, he's very tall and very handsome, like one of our listeners. I don't understand where his self-consciousness is coming from, other than the fact that he goes to dumb guy school. Like, sure, feel bad about that because, like, I'd be embarrassed.
Well, and he's probably on Instagram.
Oh, he's as you would, he's too pure for Instagram.
Oh, he's a no phone guy?
Yeah, he's a no phone guy.
Oh, man, come on.
I know, right?
Okay, I hate this kid. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, he's a little good boy. And his thing is that he looks too tall and handsome and brooding for people to really see the little good boy marshmallow soft man nature at his core.
You can't put Hamlet. You can't swap Hamlet out for Romeo. Romeo is a little scamp. That's what makes it fun. You can't have fucking Hamlet being a fucking idiot.
There's no scampy to this dude. Absolutely no whimsy to the way he carries himself.
That's what I like about Horimiya is he's a little scamp. He's a little scamp with his piercings and his fashionable hair clips.
So we love a scamp on this show. If you're gonna go for it, be scamperous. Don't be a Hamlet. Absolutely be a Puck. Go full in. Go be a Robin Goodfellow.
I feel like this is yet another casualty to this like modern crisis of masculinity. Not to bring it all the way back to this, but like again, living in a time where like a lot of young men can't even in their wildest fantasies can't imagine wooing like a girl. Like it's impossible, so they have to like brood, and the girl has to like do all the fucking work because he's like dark and brooding, and she wants to like help him out or whatever. Like this is exactly the fucking plot of like most of these, including like Sonobisky Doll too, where it's like a girl like just absolutely fucking doing every possible fucking thing for some dumb loser.
Well, to be fair, he does make really good clothes for free. Like if you're gonna string a guy along, make sure he has like a good tactile skill that you can get free stuff out of.
But it's not stringing him along, because like they're too stupid to be like even involved in that kind of thing, because they're constantly like pulling away because they're like, I suck so much. And the girl has to be like, this is so insanely tiring, but no, I am going to like babysit you and like keep your fucking feelings in this like little tiny egg and like take care of it every day because you're so fucking fragile and sensitive. And that's like every one of these fucking things now is like all of the impetus is on these women to just take care of these fucking men babies. And it's maddening. And that's why scamps are so refreshing, because they don't have to be fucking babied and coddled, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, I don't think that they're going that explicitly in that direction explicitly in this one. He is very much more of a misunderstood Prince Charming than anything. He does have the skills, and from what I've seen so far, he does appear to be doing most of the work in terms of like, he goes to save her. He has conversations with her like at.
Does he start conversations with her?
He does start conversations with her.
Does he flirt?
He does not flirt.
Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about.
He is trying his best to strike an earnest friendship with this woman. This high school girl. And and the act of not wanting it is what makes him such a heartthrob, to be honest. He's not one of those sleazy guys who wants a girlfriend. Who,
like, makes his intentions clear so that, like, you can understand that there's, like, a green light there and not some, like, confusing fucking mess of uninterpretable feelings just hanging in the air constantly. Yeah, everybody fucking hates that. No, we'd much rather have the weird brooding guy who at every point is, like, no, I don't want to date you or think about you that way. No, that would be terrible and scandalous if I admitted that, like, I like you in the way that you like me. That would be bad, because then you wouldn't like me if I just admitted my feelings. I fucking hate this guy. I hate all the guys that are like this. That actually sucks. Like, in real life, that's a bad thing to do. That's a bad thing to do to somebody.
No, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Like, communicate. Relationships are quite literally 99% about, like, communicating with another person.
Yeah, do not pretend you're not into somebody because you think that's the polite thing to do. Like, it's actually insanely frustrating. And, not to sound extreme, but is verging on gaslighting.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. To use one of them Gen Z terms.
Yeah, that's the Gen Z really coined that one.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say, but people are going buck wild for this, as stated before. Number one in the rankings right now. The fragrant flower blooms in dignity.
And where does the dignity come in? It's dignity. It's dignity.
Do I need to spell it out for you? I don't get it. I don't like this. I don't like these characters. There's literally so little meat on this bone that I like. Again, Horimiya works because he's a scamp, because he's got the tattoos and like the piercings and a personality. Being tall and good looking and brooding is not a personality.
It's not a personality.
That's not a character. That's not like
well, it is
person.
a character. It's Hamlet, but he's a character because we specifically know why he's brooding, and we can relate.
Okay, but Hamlet had his father murdered by his uncle, and then got cucked by his uncle.
Yeah, and he kind of like his sister wanted to fuck him, and like that was complicated, and then she killed herself, and he murdered somebody on accident, and like there was a lot of stuff going on that made him that way.
This guy's
guys who are just like, I'm sad because I'm a guy.
This guy's reason for being sad is because people said mean things about him once in grade school because he has a resting bitch face. That's it.
This is weak. You're weak.
You're weak.
You're an evolutionary dead end.
Gachi Yakuta will reign supreme eventually. I can't wait to see this fall in the rankings.
I don't actually have that much animosity towards these ones. I know that they could be cute, but like, man, this is not a good model to behave. And very frustrating as a person who has like grown up and like emotionally matured in like any way and discovered like actual empathy and understanding another person's feelings. It is very difficult to read these things after a while, and I know that these are for teenagers who like are stupid and fantasize about this exact kind of scenario, but like,
well, the media literacy.
It's the media literacy. I know, and we've lost the media literacy, and we don't have the media literacy, and obviously we have the media literacy, which is what makes us so good at navigating these things, and why we're smart, and we can talk about these things with authority, and why you should listen to the show, because you don't have it and we do, and we're going to provide our services to you, and that's why we can yell about stupid rom-coms for children in an authoritative way, in a way that we understand it. We can make allusions to Shakespeare.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Because we got the big brains, and that's why they pay us the big bucks.
Yeah, we've got the media literacy that allows us to reference other works of fiction that are important to the culture.
Yeah. Two greatest authors of all time, Stephen King and Shakespeare.
Yeah, they're basically equivalent. We have to work in Thomas Pynchon in there somewhere, but I don't think they've made a lot of anime out of Thomas Pynchon books. Someday.
But until then, that is all the anime that I watched this week.
Jesus Christ.
I know. We're really hitting the bottom of the barrel now on this season. I think we've only got 2, maybe 3 things left that might be worth talking about, but we're hitting them. We're hitting them like a machine gun, one after the other with these episodes.
I've got some things I'm gonna mop up for next week, but we'll get there. We'll finish this off and then return to our regular broadcasting of just talking about random ass manga that we like to read instead.
God, I can't wait.
Oh, thank God. We're so close. I can't wait.
All right. I think that I've hit my limit for today, handsome and beautiful and tall listeners.
How much more do we have to give you?
Yeah. Please, we give you so much. Give a little back. Go hit the like and the subscribe buttons on the stuff. Do the things.
Yeah, the like and subscribe buttons on the whatever the thing.
Yeah.
Hold your thumb up.
Your tick
in front of your screen.
and your UTalks and your facegrams. Do all that stuff.
Do the call to action.
We're calling you to action like a call to adventure. Please go do it. I'm begging you here.
And someday, maybe you too will have media literacy.
Well, let's not give them hope, Rennie. All right. Until next time.
All right.
Bye.
You know what sucks is when you playing the game and a character just explains to you what the plot of fucking Moby Dick is. Man, I fucking hate. I hate that.